Well, once again, we would like to welcome our studio audience and those who are viewing online. This is our program, United in Diversity, and I'm Bruce Sumendap. I'll be your host for this episode. We're glad because today we're again exploring another beautiful country. As we have mentioned, we would like to demystify some of the things that we need to discover. And so join me now as I travel with some of my friends who are already in the studio and look into the beautiful country of Papua New Guinea. So I would like to say welcome once again to all of you, especially to our guests. I'm glad that you are here to lead us into a better understanding and into a journey of discovery about the culture of Papua New Guinea. Before I read something from the screen, let me start by asking you to please introduce yourself. If you can please introduce yourself. Maybe let's start from our extreme left.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tina Lipen. I am married to Pastor Lipen. I am a student here, MPH. I'm here for 3 years already, going home soon. I am from the New Guinea region of Papua New Guinea.
Okay, let's go to someone that is close to you, I guess.
I am Zachary Lipen. We have been here for 3 years tomorrow. By tomorrow. I've been studying the MPH program. I'm from Papua New Guinea, and I'm from the islands, inland of Papua New Guinea.
Okay, welcome to our show. Yes.
My name is... Hi everyone, my name is Rodney Banas, and I just recently married.
Oh, okay.
A few months ago, and I've been here for a while through distant learning, but I have an opportunity to be in the campus by this time. I came from an island region of Papua New Guinea. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Welcome and congratulations. Before we move on, I just don't like to miss this very important thing that I need to read to you. This is a disclaimer. Views expressed on this program don't reflect IAS. They are only opinions of our program participants. And once again, we are glad that IAS is a community where we welcome and celebrate diversity. And we're glad that our friends here in the studio who are coming from Papua New Guinea are part of a group of international community here at this institution. All right, so let's begin our journey. So let's start by asking our friends here, what makes the culture of Papua New Guinea really unique? What makes it unique? Maybe let's start from Mr. Ban.
I think I have to, probably they will say a few more. What that makes Papua New Guinea very unique is the language. The population of Papua New Guinea is roughly about 7 million rather, and we have 800 plus languages and dialects. That's one.
Wow.
And the other unique thing about Papua New Guinea is the diversity. We have a very diverse and yet united culture. That's what I found out to be very unique in our country.
Wow, this is really something because we might think that Papua New Guinea look the same, but actually very diverse, you know. Yes, Pastor Lipan.
Yeah. We come from Papua New Guinea, but maybe we would be representing different cultures. Like the three of us here.
Are you from different places?
Yes, different places which we have different languages and different cultures. So each culture is different from mine, and their culture is different from the two of us. So there is, like he's saying, diversity is in cultures very unique.
So how do you understand one another? What language do you use?
We have a national language.
Okay.
It's a combination of English and what we call it Pidgin. So that is the common language that is spoken by all. At the same time, English is becoming a common language as well among the educated people.
Okay. Wow, that's great. Mrs. Tina, you wanted to add something that's unique?
Yes, the culture is very unique because, like in our culture, every mother has to teach the daughters to be skillful. That's the culture. Example of what I'm carrying here and what my husband was carrying, a mother has to teach.
Okay.
And different provinces different. We do different skillful things.
So what do you teach? An example of a skill?
Example of the skills is weaving.
Okay. Weaving.
So weaving of baskets and making of bilums or the bags that we are carrying around in here.
Okay.
Another example is like my culture is unique to their culture because the elderly men in my culture, to teach a young man to be an adult, they do this cutting of the skin to make, after the wound is healed, you can see the sky is like a scale of the crocodile. It's like that. So different province is different. We have our unique.
Let me go back to you, sir. She mentioned that you are so different in terms of culture. Your own culture, what's unique in particular?
Yeah. I think, first of all, let me answer the question we relate. Okay. Because interestingly, I have found out that our national language, which is a Pidgin English, it's a comparison of German, a little bit of English, and a little bit of Papuan. It's a language originally from Papua New Guinea. It can be spoken in Vanuatu, Solomon Island, and Fiji. That's why you can see that we communicate very well. That's the Pacific, Samoa and Tonga, probably not. That's one of the unique things. Now, you were asking about a culture, a unique culture in my place. One of the unique culture in my place is if we are in a round table with a family and the mother wants to talk to the girl, whenever she starts, we the boys move out. We consider that as a lady's business. And we never ever talk anything regard to our sisters. Whenever in anything advising or counseling, nothing. All right? And we cannot even try to say anything. It's a way that, like Sia said, the ladies deal with the girls.
And the man deals with the boys.
Yeah,
okay.
Deal with us.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Now, yes, you wanted to add.
I'm just saying that the family is changing, but that is practically the way that we show respect to our sisters.
Amen. Thank you. Yes, Pastor.
In my locality, we have unique practices as well. And one of them is in the way men will communicate with their sons.
Okay.
Like in order for them to make them prepare them for the future, and helping them to be skillful. And we are known for traditional fights there, tribal wars. And so they will help them out to make bows and arrows and how to shoot. And so one of the things that we are skillful is throwing a spear, how to throw a spear. That is being learned from childhood.
Okay.
That is unique in my locality.
So one of the way you prepare your young boys for adulthood is to prepare them for for war
prepare them.
or for
Prepare them
to defend themselves?
to be warriors.
or to be warriors.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned about tribal wars. Now,
Yeah.
is this still? I mean, I know in the past this is the thing. I mean, this is how communities work. Is it still the way it is
Yes,
in many places?
the mentality is there.
Okay.
Though we see changes there, but I think the transition is going from the traditional to the modern.
Okay.
Like the weapons, maybe there is a substitution of the weapons.
Okay. But then you need to prepare the
Yeah.
young man to be tough, at
Yes.
least, right? I mean, to be a man, and then it's how you measure it. Okay. What are the values that are highly upheld in your culture? What are the values? Maybe from Mrs. Tina, if you can start, or yeah.
Yeah, I think there are at least three common cultural values that we. The first one is respect, and I think the second one is religion. Religion is seemed something that is core in our cultures, and there is a third one. The third one is the relationships. Relationships. Our society is tied up with relationships. So those three elements tie up everything that we do in the society. Relationships, respect, and religion.
How do people see religion in your place? I mean, the majority is what the kind of religion is?
Papua New Guinea is a Christian country.
Okay.
So most of the Christian churches are there, but just lately we have other religions coming in, like Islam has just gone in, and so.
So the role of Christian leaders, pastors, priests, they have a huge role. They're highly regarded in the Papuan society.
Yes, I think the rest of the people respect the leaders of the churches.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Yes.
Yeah, well,
like to
I can say the nature of worship is really embedded. People really believe, but I would say without the Christianity going there, they were believing in different created things, I would say. But when the truth came in, the Christianity came in, the devotion they place on those things, when they sifted to the right thing, and that is the right God to worship, that simply really make it as a core value. To be spiritual it's a value that every Papua New Guinean values. And I can recall recently Doug Batchelor went there. When there is a evangelistic effort going on, rain or shine, you will really see people staying for hours and hours. Small children with parents and with mothers and fathers. It's a thing that is inbuilt. The nature or the ability to worship. You can read also in a lot of stories in the Pacific. So that's one of the thing. And the other thing they said is family. I personally am close to them because when I was in high school, they were like my parents. He was my teacher. And even then, I am from an island region, and he's from the islands region, and she is from the other region. By the time I stepped into that school, they treated me like a son. That's why when I came to IAS, Sister Tina got up and said, now we're going to change status. I've been calling you son when you were young. Now I'm going to change it to be a brother. Now because we are in the same place. But, the notion, the family, value runs throughout this very diverse country with different colors, cultures. That is the value that predominates Papua New Guinea. Thank you.
Wow. So it's interesting, yeah. So religion and family, those are the two things that is really highly valued. Anything you would like to add, Mrs. Tina? He was relating you. First you are a mother, now you are a sister. How does this come together? I mean, is there anything that's different that might affect your relationship from your personal perspective?
There's nothing different,
Nothing.
but like as a mother, I have to be open. I met him actually at the school.
Okay.
So these students, they left their parents and they came. So as a pastor's wife and as a school nurse, all the students are like mine.
Yes.
So I treat them like mine.
And then, because you feel that it's part of the family, family values is there. Well, thank you so much. Let's move on with how do you communicate in public, in your culture? Let's start from, it's up to you. You want to start? How do you communicate?
We normally shake hands.
Okay.
And when we communicate in public, it depends on how close you are.
Okay.
If you are just a casual friend, hi, good morning, that's already okay. But if you are very close, then you ask, where are you coming from? Where are you going? That's when you are very close.
Okay.
But if you say that to a stranger, she will be suspicious or he will be suspicious. What are you doing with my life? I mean, where are you from? Where are you going? That's too personal. Yeah, what's the business? So generally, you can hi to a stranger unless you start to converse and you feel yourself comfortable. That is not to be disrespectful, but it's a way of giving privacy. Unless a person opens up, then you go into your deeper communication.
This is a question out of curiosity. When you're in church on a Sabbath morning, is it customary to shake people's hands, anybody's hand, or anyone within your proximity? Is it customary to shake their hands, or just shake the ones that you feel close to? Just out of curiosity.
I would say in an Adventist context,
Yes,
in the Sabbath mornings, we really do shake hands. It's a
Okay.
gesture of being friendly and
friendly.
inviting.
Okay.
Yes, we do really. But what I was saying is out in the public.
In the public.
In the public.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
Pastor
you
Lipan,
if you come to my place, they will second the first time you come in,
Uh-huh.
and when they are moving, they will second, and when they are, every time they move, they will second.
Oh,
And
wow,
so the
wow. Now
shaking
this is
hands
something else.
more frequently done.
So you can shake hands of the person more than once in
Yes.
one gathering?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so if we are taking a break, we will be holding hands and shaking hands. And when we are leaving, we will, shake
You
hands.
shake your hands again.
But another additional thing that if we are so close, we might rub shoulders as well.
Oh, you do that.
You shake hand and then you pull together and you clench your
Oh,
shoulders.
okay.
Yeah. And that's especially among the men.
That's your gesture of
Yeah.
friendship. How about the ladies? How do they meet?
Ladies hug. We hug.
Do you
No
kiss?
kissing, but
No?
we just
Oh,
hug.
okay.
It's a very
Just
strong
hug.
hug we give to each other.
So how about you're meeting for the first time?
For the
A
first
stranger.
time, we just shook hands only.
No hug.
No.
Okay. Do you hug men if they're close?
If he's close to me, like Rodney, I can hug him.
Okay.
But someone who is not close to me, I don't.
Oh, okay. Now I need to remember that when I visit your place. All right, let's move on. What social practices are prohibited in communication in your culture? Are there any things that's prohibited? Like, of course, I mentioned about shaking hands, and you mentioned kissing. You don't do. What else is not is prohibited?
Like in my culture, I don't call names.
Okay.
I can, even if he's my husband, but I don't call his name like Zachary. I will say
okay.
something else. Like for us, I say friend to him.
What do you say?
He's my friend.
Friend,
It's
okay.
like I don't call his name.
All right.
Or I can say brother to him, but I won't call his name. We don't call people by their names.
Is
It's
there-
respect.
Is there any instance when you call their names? Or
When
you
need
never do
help,
it?
when
Oh,
you need help, that's the time you
okay.
can call names.
But when you're in public, you address with Mr. or Sir? Oh, okay. Is it the same in
Yeah,
Europe?
like the Mexican,
Okay.
we are really particular when it comes to addressing people.
Okay.
And the way that we address is Mr.
Uh-huh.
We will not call him. Even like, for instance, me, I was teaching a while ago before I came here. I was more younger than my students. They are very elderly, but they still address me, Mister. So I struggled to tell them, no, let's just rub shoulders, and they said no. And that's how we accepted it. And we addressed the pastors as well as the gentlemen. We call them by Mister. And then until the time that we are told not to, or in an informal gathering, we can call them by names.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Interesting. What else? What else is prohibited? Is there anything that?
Like I've said,
Yes.
Being too direct,
Okay.
very being too personal, I think it's not really acceptable. In a way, it's insulting because it's like going beyond the boundary to other person's personal space. So,
Any example of being?
for instance, I was here before, and I was walking, and somebody got up and just said, "Hey, where are you coming from? Where are you going?"
Okay.
Yeah. But luckily, and by God's grace, I learned also studying their culture. They did not really wanted to know. Yeah, they really did not wanted to know. It's a friendly gesture. So I think this program is really helping us a lot in a way that we are learning about how to relate with each other.
Yes, 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 exactly.
Children are not allowed to call the names of their parents. Like my children will not call me by name. They will say mom or dad, mom
Okay.
or dad. That's more respectful than calling their names. So that's one of the practices that is seen among our cultures when we want to communicate. So the elderly are more respected. I like in the parents and child relationship, and they are not allowed, and it's prohibited for the children to call the parent's name. So that's one
Yes.
aspect. Yeah.
Yes, and it's similar in other cultures also that we don't call the parents' name, but I know probably some cultures would accept calling parents by name. Yes, yes. All right. Let's move on. Probably there's an incident that you would like to share. Something that happened here at IAS or somewhere here in the Philippines that was related to cultural differences that might have caused, embarrassment or something that was strange to you. Who can start?
I think
Who
let
would
me
like to
start.
start?
I
Yes.
think one of the first instances, experiences that I had in this was regarding food. The first time I come here, I found the Filipino food was really sweet, really
Very
sweet, sweet, salty, and oily.
Okay.
And I couldn't really accept the food because we come from a culture where we eat the garden food most of the time, just pure, without adding much sugar and salt and these things. So I found it really hard to adapt. So I had to do some additional gardening around the campus here in order for me to, make up for it. Yeah, that was really something that I.
So, Mrs. Tina, share with us what kind of food do you enjoy in Papua New Guinea? He raised the issue of food. So, share with us what kind of food should we expect when we come to your place?
I think we eat a lot of vegetables. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's lucky that Filipinos also eat those foods, and they are selling in Ceylon, so we have to buy from there.
Any incident relating to these cultural differences?
Of course, there was one. It was really difficult for me. I think I was depressed because of my children. They play, the children are from different cultures, so when someone touches my children, my son is touching, but it's really painful for them. It's really, like the culture, it's difficult, so parents have to report to AA for my son not to study there. It was really difficult for me. But then God provided somewhere else, so my son is studying outside. Because of culture, you see.
Yes, some of these cultures, makes us different from people's perspective. Yes, I feel for you. Yes, sir.
Yes. I think the food is one of the most very unique difference. Yeah. We are from the tropics and of course like Philippines, but we eat direct from the garden.
Okay.
Like food that we're gonna eat this week should be taken in this week.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Fresh.
And fresh. And almost every day of our life, we have to do active gardening and the other thing, and we eat directly from the garden. And when it comes to eating, I educate myself to eat salad because it's chopped so fine. I mean, so in small pieces. Because in my place, we don't eat in small pieces. It's the huge. If you are eating a pineapple, you eat one pineapple.
The whole pineapple.
The whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
you don't cut it around. Too much handling, it's not good.
Okay, the lesser handling.
The less
the
handling,
better.
the better, the fresher.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was one of the things that was really educating. But here, of course, we are living in a community where it's economically, so you have to, budget every pieces of pineapple in the fridge. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Interesting.
that was one of the. I had an experience also, like when it came to food. I was so desperate that I wanted to eat banana. So I went to the market and I bought the banana and I was about to eat and I saw sugar. So I was rubbing it, removing the sugar coated. When the one that I bought, a lady got up and said, "Why you are doing this?" And I said, "No, I'm not good in sugar. I'm just trying to." It was a banana cue.
Banana Q, yes. I was about to say that.
So I can feel for them. We really educate ourselves for the change of eating sweet stuff. We normally just plainly boil, and more natural, and it's always fresh.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm glad. Yeah, thank you so much. Interesting. That's interesting. Okay, now if you were to share some lessons to someone who would love to visit your place, what would that be? Share us some tips about how to prepare ourselves to visit your place.
All right. I think one of the things is if you talk about Jesus, you talk about truth, or you want to share something more biblical, people are inclined so much. Generally, when it comes to, because our background is more into worshiping, and when it comes to spiritual things, and since we are a Christian country, you can really make friends very easily that's the common ground, and anyone can meet you. Even a different denomination, not so much we clash, but there is always a common ground. When you talk about religion, God, you meet together.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good to know. So we can actually converse with people anywhere, and if we say God bless you, that is acceptable. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good to know. Yes.
Seventh-day Adventist Church is the fast-growing Christian church in our country. at the moment.
Oh, is that so?
If you are a Seventh-day Adventist church and coming to our country, you won't be lost, because you will find a Seventh-day Adventist church, and people there, everywhere. So you won't be lost. So you're welcome to come. Papua New Guinea is called a land of the unexpected. So expect the unexpected when you arrive
unexpected.
there. When you arrive there, and it is also called a island of gold floating in oil and gas. And so there is a lot of things to learn in Papua New Guinea. Yes. So church is there to welcome you. So feel free to come and visit Papua New Guinea.
Interesting. Mrs. Dina, you would like to share something?
Like if you are visiting Papua New Guinea and if you are wearing any shirt with the logo, Adventist logo, you will see Adventist. They'll come from any corner to come welcome you. They'll tell you, I'm an Adventist.
Oh, okay.
So they will help assist you. So everywhere we go, if we are new, we have to wear Adventist.
Wow. So no worries when we go to...
You won't be lost.
We have brothers and sisters there who will take care of us. Wow.
Like I had an experience. I was doing a fundraising church building project, running from doing a bikeathon, a fundraising journey from my own province to the coast. It took us 5 days, 5 days to go there, but we would have to sleep on the way. So what we did was we took a community service cap and put it on, and we were riding on our bikes, and the Adventist church members along the road were there to feed us. They with pineapples or cucumbers. Wow. They are ready. They saw that we were Adventist youth going, so they prepared and gave us. And actually, we did not make any appointment where we will sleep, but they were church members there, open arm, ready to accommodate us when we arrived in different locations. So if you are a foreigner going there, you will be. They are sociable people and they love people, and so if you are a visitor going there, they are ready to welcome you and accommodate you.
Wow, that's good to know. Next time I'll be wearing my Adventist International Institute shirt, and I'll be in good hands.
Yeah, so you will not be asked for accommodation fee.
I don't
and for a food fee. They will provide.
I don't need any hotel bookings. I'll just show up myself, and I know I'm in good hands. Well, thank you so much to the Lipen family and Brother Rodney. Thank you so much for being here. And let's give them a round of applause. Okay. We are so grateful that they are here to share with us. And so before you leave, I just would like to share with you that if you have comments and questions about the United in Diversity program, please send us an email at united@is.edu. We welcome your comments and suggestions. And once again, thank you so much for being part of this program. Let us celebrate diversity. Don't let our differences divide us, but let our differences unite us, because we are children of the Lord. God bless you all.